The auction hall of Karth Prime was built to inspire awe and fear. Its ceiling arched so high that clouds of holographic constellations drifted above the crowd, each star representing a conquered world. Beneath that artificial sky sat the representatives of 100 species, draped in silks, armor, and neural crowns. They had come for one reason, to buy what the galaxy no longer wanted: the slaves. Most auctions were loud affairs. Bidders shouted, pheromones flared, psychic pulses clashed in invisible storms. But tonight, an unnatural silence settled over the hall as the final item of the night was brought forward. The cage hovered onto the central platform, gravimeters humming softly. It was reinforced with null fields, shock lattices, and psychic dampeners, far more security than a single captive should have required. Inside the cage crouched a girl. She looked almost fragile at first glance, slender, barefooted, wrapped in a restraint cloak that flickered with suppression runes. But her eyes ruined the illusion. They were a molten amber, slit like a predator's, burning with feral intelligence. Her silver-black hair hung wild around her face, and faint bioluminescent scars traced her arms like ancient symbols. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Untamed, someone whispered in Galactic trade cant. Deathworld stock, another muttered. She killed 3 handlers. Her species wiped out a fleet. The auctioneer, a tall insectoid known as Valrix, clicked its mandibles nervously. Lot 709, it announced. Last survivor of the Kepra line. Designation: Wild-type psionic hybrid. Extremely dangerous. Conditioning has failed. No guarantees implied or offered. The silence deepened. Even seasoned slavers shifted uncomfortably. The Kepra were legend, a species born on a gravity-crushed hell world, their evolution shaped by constant extinction events. They were rumored to bond violently, imprinting on protectors or enemies with equal intensity. Entire colonies had burned because of a single Kepra child left uncontained. The girl lifted her head, scanning the crowd. Her gaze lingered on each bidder with naked hatred, and something else. Fear, perhaps. Or exhaustion. Valrix cleared its throat sac. Opening bid. 10,000 credits. No one moved. Valrix hesitated. 5,000. Still nothing. The silence was now oppressive. In the upper tiers, nobles leaned back, uninterested. Below, corporate buyers avoided eye contact. No one wanted responsibility for a living weapon that could tear through a household or a station. The girl's shoulders sagged slightly. Her claws curled into her palms. Then, in the far rear of the hall, a single human raised his hand. The movement was small, almost uncertain, but it cut through the silence like a blade. Valrix's compound eyes snapped toward him. Bid acknowledged. Identification. Elias Ward, the human said. His voice carried clearly despite lacking any amplification. Independent contractor. A ripple of confusion spread. Humans were relatively new to the galactic auction scene and rarely reckless. They were known for endurance, ingenuity, and an unsettling habit of bonding with things that should not be bonded with. But this? You understand the risks? Valrix asked. Elias nodded. I do. The girl's eyes locked onto him. Not with hatred this time, but with sharp, assessing curiosity. 10,000 credits, Valrix repeated. 10,000, Elias confirmed. A long pause followed. No counterbid came. Valrix struck the podium with a chitinous limb. Sold. The sound echoed like a death knell. They transferred ownership quickly, eager to be rid of the problem. Elias signed the biometric seals, paid the credits, and accepted the control band with a calm that unsettled the handlers. When the null field dropped, the girl lunged. She moved faster than any human should have been able to track, snapping chains, tearing free of the cloak, claws flashing toward Elias's throat. He didn't flinch. Instead, he spoke. "I won't hurt you." The words were simple, almost foolish. Her claws stopped less than a centimeter from his skin. Shock flickered across her face, followed by confusion. No one had ever spoken to her like that, not in the pens, not in the laboratories, not in the arena, where she had been tested like an animal. Elias slowly raised his hands, not in surrender, but openness. "My name is Elias. You don't have to attack me." Her breath came in ragged gasps. The handlers watched, frozen, weapons ready. She hissed, a sound like tearing metal. "Liar," she snarled in broken trade cant. "Maybe," Elias replied, "but I'm not afraid of you." That, more than anything, broke her. Her strength drained from her limbs, and she collapsed to her knees, trembling. The handlers rushed forward, but Elias waved them off. "I've got her." Against all logic, she allowed him to approach. Elias's ship was small, worn, and unmistakably human. No gilded hulls, no shock collars embedded in the walls. The girl, who refused to give her name, paced like a caged animal for days, testing every corner, every system. She attacked him once. He didn't retaliate. She tried to escape twice. He didn't punish her. Instead, he spoke to her, brought her food that matched her biology, removed one restraint at a time, gave her space, but never abandonment. Slowly, distrust gave way to something else. Understanding. Her name, when she finally shared it, was Sarah. She told him of her people, hunters and scholars both, bonded to their world and to each other. When the consortium came, they didn't negotiate. They harvested. Her family died defending their sky rivers. She survived because she was young and useful. Elias listened. He didn't interrupt, didn't offer hollow comfort. "I'm sorry," he said when she finished. She studied him for a long time. "Why did you choose me?" she asked. He considered the question. "Because everyone else looked away." The galaxy noticed soon enough. Rumors spread of a human who had purchased a Kepra and lived. Then of a human whose ship passed through hostile systems unchallenged, pirates vanishing, slavers' outposts found destroyed with surgical precision. They learned why when the first bounty hunters came. Sarah fought like a storm given form. No longer wild and uncontrolled, her power was focused, honed. Elias didn't command her. He trusted her. And she protected him with a ferocity that terrified even hardened mercenaries. When the consortium finally sent a fleet, they expected a simple reclamation. They found a nightmare. Human tactics combined with Kepler psionics tore through ships twice their size. Elias coordinated strikes while Sarah breached hulls, her presence unraveling enemy minds. Together, they became something the galaxy had not anticipated. A bond. Not master and slave. Partners. The battle above Karth Prime ended in silence as the consortium fleet withdrew, the first retreat in its history. In the aftermath, the Galactic Council convened an emergency session. Elias was summoned, Sarah at his side. They demanded explanations. Accountability. Control. Elias stood before them, unarmed. "She's free," he said simply. The counselors protested, threatened sanctions. Sarah stepped forward, eyes blazing. "You feared me because you could not own me," she said. "He did not fear me, and so I chose him." The chamber fell silent. The council had no laws for choice like that. They let them go. Years later, stories spread across the stars of a human and an untamed alien girl who changed the balance of power, of worlds freed,